Hey everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. As typical, I'm still working on my organizational skills, haha. And I probably sound a little out of breath. It's taking a lot out of me sometimes to come down and do videos, which is why I haven't had too many recorded ones. So this is a recorded video. This is a live video today. So say hello as you pop on so that I can say hello back. So I'm going to go over a couple of things real quick before I get into the 3F card idea. I hope you guessed. A few of you did have some really good guesses, and I really liked them, maybe even better than my 3F words, but I'll share those with you in a minute. So I wanted to talk about this card, which I shared as a photo. This card, you remember I told you guys about these awesome enamel effects. This card was a complete copy from my friend Brandy, and these pearls are all crystal effects. So obviously you can see they're not all the same height, they're not necessarily the same size, but they look awesome. And it was really fast to put them on there. You just have to move this out of the way of your family. If you happen to have zoomed in on this, you will see that there are some smudges because touching when wet is not good. And so I do have some of the crystal effects up in here, and the black crystal effects is on the butterfly's body, others up in here. These lines, you can hear them. Those are all the black crystal effects on black. So this card is freaking awesome. And I do case, copy and stamp everything. I do case a lot, but usually it's more of a case inspiration where I go, that's really cute, but I change it up or something. This card was Brandy did such an amazing job. I thought, nope. My coloring might be a little bit different, but it is a complete 100% case of that card, and that's okay. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? I hope you agree. So give me some hearts or thumbs up or something if you agree with that statement. So anyway, that is the fun card that I made. So, advertising. This is my least favorite part, but you know, I want to stay in business. So if you want to shop for Stampin' Up, please go to my Stampin' Up website, memoryinkers.com. You can email me at gmail.com. My hostess code for September, but it's active now. N is in Nancy 4, X is in X-ray, R is in Robert, N is in Nancy, N is in Nancy, P is in Paul, Z as in Zoo, because my life is a zoo right now. So there you go. That's the advertising. So I'm going to scoot that out of the way. So I'm going to talk about, now I just talked about ordering, and I am not going to tell you not to order now, because you may have some of those $5 coupon codes from ordering in July. So you want to use those up this month. Also, the Designer Series paper is on sale this month. So if you want to get in on either of those, yes, order like today. What's today's date? I don't even know. I think it's the 31st. So that would be today. But otherwise, I would say wait for September 4th. That's when you can see and shop in this awesome mini catalog. I am going to be using products from this catalog today, but it's a really cool catalog. So you'll be able to start ordering from that on the 4th of September, which I believe is a Tuesday. It usually is. So there you go. please shop. Help me pay my hospital bills because I am having surgery on Thursday. Nothing big, gallbladder surgery. I guess every surgery is a big surgery, but you know what I mean. Okay, the other thing, and I can flip the pages on this, and this I printed. It's only available in a PDF. And if you were a longtime friend of Close to My Heart, you know they had some amazing scrapbook kits. They just did. It was awesome. So I'm happy to announce that Stampin' Up! Has picked that up. And down the road, we're going to have like flip flaps and all that stuff that you guys want. So this is the brochure. It will be available on my website, memoryinkers.com. And remember to use my hostess code. Unless you're ordering like a lot, if you're like stocking up and you're going over 150, don't use that code. Because then I get all the hostess credit and you don't. So we don't want that to happen. So inside, you're going to see that we have, those of you who know Close to My Heart, we're going to have the two-toned cardstock. Now, these are the packs that you can buy individually of 12 sheets. Garden Green, Pool Party, Real Red, Basic Black. And I'm hoping, I don't know, I mean, this is printed, so I'm not real sure how well you guys can see these, but they've bent the corner, so you can see one side's a little lighter than the other. So that is pretty cool. Now, I've been told, and I don't know the weight. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Stampin' Up! Cardstock is 80 pounds. I have been told this cardstock is lighter / thinner, however way you want to look at it. You would be able to make cards with it, but they won't be the same sturdy strength as you're used to with the Stampin' Up! Cardstock. But it is Stampin' Up! Colors, so your Stampin' Up! Cardstock will match. So it's all groovy, right? Okay, so there's that page. So then it tells you a little bit. We're also getting, I believe this is 12 by 12. Yes, it is. White Willow. You guys know we have basic white. White Willow used to be called White Daisy with Close to My Heart. I have not seen this, but I am told it is like ridiculously awesome. So I haven't been able to pre-order any of this stuff. So I will be ordering on the 6th so that when I come home Thursday, maybe will be here if I rush it. I don't know. But it'll give me something to do while my body is recuperating from the trauma, right? So here is one. It's called Reindeer Memories. And I'm not going to read everything that's in it. I just want you guys to see this brown piece. It's kind of hard to see. I kind of did it on my computer and I could zoom it. It's actually like die cut out little pieces. And then there's samples of some of the fun things that you can do with this kit. And then they show you it without the kit. The scrapbook kit, forgive me, this is all new to me, but the scrapbook kit has a few extra who's its and what's its, I guess. But you can buy additional product that is in the kit, like the sticker, the designer series paper and sticker sheets. You actually, I believe you're, oh, I don't want to say that for sure. I don't know if you're getting more or not. There's a stamp set that matches it, and you get the two-tone cardstock that comes with it. So here's what they're showing, and this is the stamp set that matches it. And you see it's really cute, and the lettering is big, and it's very, the stamp set is very scrappable, because where, you know, when, where, what, you know, on this day, those are all really cool. Not that you can't use them on cards. Of course you can. Then the next one is the Scrapbook Workshop Snow Day, which has these awesome things with it. And here are the samples. So remember this, I don't believe you can see it yet on my memoryinkers.com, but you will on the 6th. So again, the same thing, along with that kit, it lets you buy the extras, and this is the stamp set. I'm definitely getting this stamp set. I haven't decided which of the Christmas ones I'm going to get, but I love this stamp set. Love it. I just, oh. And then, of course, again, cardstock, so those will be available individually. Halloween, there's a Halloween scrapbooking kit, which is very cute. I used to do that when my children were little. Used to scrap those. I don't do them so much anymore, but they're still, it's a very cute kit. And again, same thing. You can, I love these Halloween color packs. I mean, like, woo, you guys like them? They're just like, boom, right at you. And look at this assortment. So that is White Willow. And I'm not going to try to pretend, that's black. I'm not going to try to pretend I'm sure of what the other colors are, because I'm not. Okay, then I think this is going to be the hot seller. Autumn to Remember. I'm definitely getting it. It is the most expensive workshop at $42. But you get a boatload of stuff for that $42. I mean, look at all that. And again, you can see this one a little bit better, I hope. You'll be able to definitely see it better on my page. But it's got a lot of die cut out pieces too. These are die cuts. These, I believe, are stickers. So yeah, that is a must buy for me. I was really hoping, because I do volume, you guys know I do volume, so I'm probably going to be putting together one of the Christmas kits for volume, but I love this kit, but it's going to be done at the end of November, so I'm debating, do I want to do the fall kit? I mean, I'll show it, you know. So, and then again, you can get the pieces of the Autumn to Remember and all of its little, this is a good stamp set too. I like it. It's a little, for me, this is me, the fact that it's September to Remember, it's a little too specific. I don't scrapbook a lot of September. And if I do, it's once a year. So, but otherwise, it's really cute. So anyway, that is the whole shebang with this awesome. They told us I could show it, so I'm so used to saying, no, you can't see. I was excited to be able to show you that. So if you're watching this live, remember you can go back once the video finishes, and you can slow it down and stop on all the pages. So you can take a good look and start your wish list now. I know some of you already have a wish list from the mini that's coming up, those of you who got it in the mail. These, like I said, it's going to be a PDF, but it'll give you a chance to take a quick peek and go through them. Again, this is a live video on my Facebook page. If you are watching this on YouTube or any other shared area, it is going to be recorded for you, but you'll have the same option of pausing and looking at the pages. Okay, so in the holiday mini, I know it's the fall mini, but I can't help myself. I'm going to be using this Decorative Trees stamp set and the dies to show you my plan for 4F cards. So, it's so cute. Look at the different trees. And I am going to be using some of these on the final card. But look how cute it is. So many cool things. There's ornaments, tree trunks, bows, star. I think that's supposed to be a bow, but I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. And then little garlands. So it's very, 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 very cool. So I've already pulled all of my pieces out. I've already die cut everything because right now I had to do everything in pieces. So we're going to get started. So what are the 4 F's? So I was trying to think of, for the holidays, we make cards, right? And some of us crafters, we like to make a lot of cards. So we want to get fancy, but sometimes it's too much, right? So I broke it down into 3 categories. So this is one that you will send to your, your friends, your casual friends, the ones that, you have to make a bunch of that, you've got to make them all, and you don't want to not send your friends a card, but they don't send you cards. You know what I mean? You know those people, right? Or they go and they buy that really cheap box of really cheeseball cards that are so thin they don't stand up. Those are usually from your great aunt. At least for me, that's what it is. So I'm going to keep my sample over here so that I can remember what I did. Okay, so I've got a bunch of ink pads here. So I'm using basically the same inks and everything for all of my projects because I wanted to keep this kind of simple while we're making our cards, right? So all of my card bases are with the thick basic white cardstock, which you can buy in a pack. Remember, I think I've showed you guys this before. When I do this, I take a full sheet and I score it down at 4 1/4. Then I cut it. It's just faster. So that's just a little quick tip. So here we go. I'm not putting anything on the inside of this one. On the back, remember, you should always stamp or sign the back of your card so that your friends know that you cared enough to make it yourself. That's just my personal opinion. So what I'm going to do is, and you can do this in either direction that you want, I am going to start with, this is Old Olive, and this is Mossy Meadow. So I am going to start with the tree outline. This does have a die that cuts it out. And I am going to stamp this straight as I can, kind of in the middle of the card. Like so. All right. Then I am going to take my blending brush. All right. This is a 1-layer card, you guys. And I am just going to fill in the tree. And I am being messy. Oh, look, I don't know how that happened. That was weird. I am being a little messy with it. It's okay. This is the look I'm going for. All right. Just sort of a hazy, old olive around the tree. Then I'm going to take the inside of the tree, and again in Mossy Meadow, I am going to, now take your time with this, because it's, you want to make sure it's even at the bottom and at the top. So everybody hold your breath. I think I got it. Press. So look how cute. I mean, that's just cute all by itself, right? I'm going to take what color is this? Pecan pie or some form of wood coloring. And I'm just going to add a little bit down here on my branch. And then, and I'm using the same greeting on all of them too. So in the Mossy Meadow, I'm just going to stamp Season's Greetings. So it's cute, it's simple, and you can make a ton of them very quickly, right? So this one is what I'm calling the first F, or Friends. So we'll set that over here. And then I am going on to the next one. I come from a large Polish Catholic family. I know you guys know I'm not Catholic, but I am Christian. So starting out basically the same way as I did with the other card. I've got my card base, and then I have a scrap piece here, a scrap piece here, and then I have some Mossy Meadow cardstock. And I am taking my Labeled with Love punch. I hope you guys can see that shape. And I'm reaching in because that's going to be a mat. And I need 2 punches. Okay. So now I have these 2. So this is basically going to be this card stepped up a bit for family members, cousins, and that kind of stuff. Okay. So it's going to basically look the same. This piece is smaller. It's going to be matted. So the Mossy Meadow is 5 1/4 by 4, and this is 5 by 3 3/4. So let me grab my background here and my blending brush again. This time I am going to put the blend on the side of the card. So you see, it's basically the same idea. And you can decide how dark you want this or how light you want this. It's totally up to you. But I'm just kind of giving it a stripe of color down one side. Okay? Now back to the same thing I did before. I'm going to put the tree. Now this time the tree is going to be off a little bit because I don't want it right in the center. And I'm going to set that right there. And hope my tree isn't falling over. Oh, yay, it's not. I'm going to grab my blending brush again and just very lightly get the tree. I'm not going to try to go outside as much, just a little bit. I mean, some of it's going on the outside, but I'm not doing the haze that I did on this one. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. Grabbing the inside again. Mossy Meadow. So you can see how this one it's stepping up a little bit. First of all, it's going to have layers. And then I'm also going to use, let me set that aside, crushed curry. And this stamp set has the cutest little star. So I'm going to put a star on top of my tree. There we go. And again, the same sentiment, which I am doing on a scrap of basic white. Okay. Grab my punch again. And I'm going to lean it close to one side, like that. Okay. You with me so far? So I have all these pieces. So now what I want to do is I want to mat this with these, because if I could just kind of go off to the side like that, but that's a little bit boring. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't want this corner to stick out. Okay, because it will. So, oh, I forgot my glue. Hold on. There it is. My glue on my personal desk ran out, so I reached back here and grabbed my video glue. So I'm going to just put a little adhesive back here. And then I'm going to line this up the width that I want, and I want to show you guys, look how it curves down. No, we don't want that. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to cut off that edge, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive here on the back, and then I'm going to line it up and try to get it to look like it is supposed to be there. Perfection is overrated. But now you can see I have it on 3 sides, but not on this side. And that's totally okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this down over here like so. I'm going to actually move it over a little bit, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this on here, because I have my tree over a little farther than I expected. So I'm going to go ahead and mat this for you guys so that it'll work better for me. Okay. So now when I put this down, I can scoot it over a little bit more. But I don't want to lose the green edges here and here, right? Okay, so I got that. Now I can flip this over and just slice off this extra. See, now I have the season's greetings. So I am going to, is that my playing card? Yes. I'm going to add this, and then we're going to put some bling on it, because it is for family after all. So it's a bit of a step up. And then the bling, I decided to grab the Sparkle Gems. And I've gone through a lot of them, so I have extra gold here. And I am just going to fill my tree with some gold Christmas ornaments. And you know you want the larger ones towards the bottom, you know, just like when you're decorating your tree. So I might take your pick tool, is right in front of me. But what am I grabbing? The tip of my scissors. Sometimes old habits die hard, right? And this is why we use the take your pick tool, because it is a little bit easier. Oh, now it's going to be stubborn because I said that. And remember, you want an uneven amount. So I have 5. So I know I'm going to put one near the top, but I'm going to have to, why aren't you picking up? One up there. So I think I'll put one down here because I need an uneven number of gems on there. There. So, friends, family, okay, basically the same card. Now we're going to do one, and I had to look this up. I had to go find a word that started with F because I wanted parents. So I'm like, parents and like your siblings maybe, you know, they're going to get the fancier cards from you. So I looked up other words for parents, and I got folks, F-O-L-K-S. So friends, families, folks. I know it's cheesy. I'm aware. If you've never watched me before, then you don't realize that, yes, I am cheesy. All right, again, starting with the same basic white card base for my card base, obviously, like I just said. And this one is going to be a step up. So, like I said, I've already pre-cut stuff. This designer series paper, I actually, what is it from? This pack. It's the little 6x6 pack. I wanted the blue, and I'll show you the one I did originally, and I really like that paper better. But you only get one sheet, and there's like one particular place that you can cut it from. So this one is Full of Life 6x6 paper. So I used that, and this is for this one. My other card is cut from this page. This is from the, I think, is this an online? No, it is from the new mini. But you can see, it's like, this is the only place. I tried cutting all different, it didn't work. So I didn't want to cut this page too, because I wanted you guys to see it. How cool is that sheet of DSP? It's adorable. So, so I used that, and it's called, it is called Sentimental Christmas. And then I used some gold foil, okay, for making of this card. I also used one of my favorite things, adhesive sheets. This is so that you can put adhesive on the back of things that you die cut like this. So you can see that I've die cut a bunch of stuff out already. This, however, I am going to emboss because I still want sky, snowflakes, etc. So this is called Snowflake Sky. It's a 3D embossing folder. Remember, if you want it to go the right way when you put it in, you want your Stampin' Up! Logo to face up. So I am going to put this in here and decide how many snowflakes I want. So I think I want a lot of them. So I'm going to go like that. I'm going to push it more towards the top. When you get to the bottom, well, I guess this might be the top. It depends on how you look at it. See, I'm holding it this way, so you get a lot more snowflakes. And in my head, that's them falling to the ground. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first or the last time that I am wrong about how I decide to do things. But that's okay. So now I'm going to put this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And this is the one where you only use the base plate and you use plate number 4, because this is a 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to do that off camera. and run that through. You always know when I'm done with him using the cut and emboss because of that big thunk. All right, so now I have snowflakes on here, and you can see them, but when I show you my original card, I'm trying to remember if I don't need this, and I don't need this. Okay. So, but I am going to use basic white craft ink and a sponge dauber. And this is going to halo out some of these. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you guys can watch while I'm doing this. I'll scoot up. Okay, so I am going to just skim over some of these snowflakes with the tip of my sponge dauber. Now you want to make sure, I had to re-ink this like twice because I don't use my craft ink that often. But when I do, I want it to show up. So I had to re-ink it. Excuse me. I'm not sure where this cough is coming from. It's coming from the fact that I'm doing a video. That's all. Now you're going to see that some of them, if you look close, you will see a little bit of a halo from the sponge dauber. That's okay. When I show you my original card, you will see that it was, it has them kind of naturally. So there. Then I am going to take my, oh, I forgot to grab my cleaner. Hold on, let me clean my sentimental sentiment, you know what I mean. So let me just get that scrubbed off real quick. All right. And I am going to use Versamark. So I don't need, wait a minute, I'm looking. Yep, I don't need this color either. So let me get these out of my way. Okay. So look at this. Do you think this is a loved Versamark pad? I have another one that's like really pristine, and I use it occasionally, but this one works. So, you know, it works just fine. Oh, take your embossing buddy. This is my really old one. I have the new one too, but this used to be nice and fluffy, but it still works. So, and the embossing buddy, does anybody know? Does anybody know what it's for? So I will tell you, although you can answer. It helps to remove static so that when I put my embossing powder on, it only sticks where I want it to stick and not willy-nilly all over the place. All right, now I'm going to dip this into my gold embossing powder, which is off camera. So let me grab that. And so this is going to be loud, so I'll do it away from the video, but I am now embossing the gold Season's Greetings. It might take a second because, you know, you have to let it get started. But I'm not doing this in the camera because it's so loud. And it's really taking its time embossing. And I think that's probably because I'm in the basement, and so things are different down here. Just seems to be the way it is. Okay, I think I've got it. I think, yep. Oh, no, there's a little spot right there. Let me see. I got it. Okay. And you know you're done embossing when all of it is shiny and pretty like that. See, I still have a few little flakes. Oh, I have glue on my fingers. Oh, who would have thunk it, right? Also, my podiatrist chopped off my fingernail the other day. So yeah, I have that going on too. Let's just keep moving. So for this, I am not going to use the punch. Instead, you can see that I have a piece of Mossy Meadow, and it is cut 1 1/4 inches by 2. So this is a little more than 1. So I want to get it cut down to 1 inches by 3 3/4. So this is what I'm going to do. That's been sitting in there. So I like to try and line it up with something that makes sense to me, because I want the words to be straight. I know right now, you know what, this is going to bug me. I need to have leverage. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but when I'm doing something, I need to be able to move it around. So I'm going to put a little sticky note on it so that I can then slide it and see where I'm going. So what I'm doing is I'm lining up the bottoms of the words kind of here and kind of up here so that I can see what I'm cutting. And then I'm going to hold this down and trim. And now I have a straight edge here. So I don't need that for a minute. So I know I want this to be 1 3/4. So I'm going to go pretty close to the edge here and see if that's enough. But now I want to cut this end. So we're going to go back here and sticky that, because I want this to be 1 inch, and it is darn close to 1 inch. It might even be a little less than 1 inch. But you can see this edge is straight, but this edge not so much. So there we go. So now I have a straight edge up here. I hope this is making sense. So that I can get this down to 1 3/4 approximately. That's a little too close for me, so I'm going to fake it till I make it. There we go. So now I have my season's greetings. And I can mat this onto this piece of Mossy Meadow. So this is a little bit fancier, as you can tell from the other 2 cards. Now, you might want to do this for everybody. And that's pretty terrific. I usually do pull out a few special friends that will get my little bit fancier card. But honestly, when I start mailing out my Christmas cards, I've usually played or demonstrated so many that everybody gets there's like a whole variety of cards that you're going to get. So now I can see that this is a little longer than it is up here. I can put it through my trimmer, but I'm going to eyeball it. So forgive me if it's not perfect. That is close enough for me. All right, so now I've got 2 of these stars, but I'm only going to use 1. So now I have all of my pieces. So I poked out a lot of the stuff, and you can see that they have the white paper on the back. You can definitely see it here, where that's the double sticky stuff. All right. And I cut out 3 of these dies, but you'll see, like, look at this one's a mess. It doesn't matter, because these 2 other ones are shorter, but they fit the same die. So you can cut them out, and then after I adhere this on, I can trim it off. I will show you. I want to make sure I'm putting it on the right color. So peel this carefully, because it is wow, it is pretty lacy. And then this takes a little bit of like maneuvering around. I will be honest. You're going to want to start at the top and do your best to line up your edges, at least on one side. If you get one side good, the other side is good. I see something is stuck here. Hold on. I think I got it. Not 100% sure. For some reason, this gold piece looks... There it is. It's not supposed to be there. That's why. It's still there. Hold on. Something is stuck that's not supposed to be stuck. There. Got it. So now, when you slide them on, they should fit. And then I like to flip it over, because this way when I'm pressing it into place, I'm not shifting what I've cut. Okay, does that make sense? If I pressed it this way, I might move stuff around. Now I can take my snips and just, I like to like butt my scissors up against it, and I think it's bunt, but whatever, you know what I mean. And then trim it off. So now I have that tree. And I'm going to do the same thing with this tree. This tree has like poinsettia leaves on it, which I think are just adorable. So I got to find where to start peeling. I already popped out a bunch of the pieces. I left a piece on the big tree one, so you guys can see how I did that. Sorry, I know this is like watching paint dry, right? There we go. Is that gonna do it? I think so. So, and I will tell you, when I ran these through my cut and emboss machine, I did run it back and forth, because nothing is worse than having something that cuts intricately and you peel it off and you're right at the end and the end pieces didn't cut. And now you're like, oh man, and it was like your last piece of cardstock or DSP, and it's a mess. So I am going to set this the same way. Now this is also the tree decorative part is out of Mossy Meadow, like this background was Mossy Meadow. And then this tree base is Old Olive. So again, I am still using the same colors that I used on my first two cards. So again, I'm going to trim this off. So this card, you guys think you know what I'm doing, but you don't. You're not going to know until the end. I'm not kidding you. So I wanted to show you what I did was before, because these little pieces, they make a mess. So I just left a couple for you. So if you just use your take your pick tool, see how it's stuck, and then press it onto a scrap. It's easier than when you pick it out with your fingers. It's like they're super glued, which they're not, but they like stick to your fingers, and it's like a nightmare to get it off. Or maybe it's just me, which is also possible. So now this one, I'm going to have the full tree on there. Hang on. And so again, I'm going to want to pick off this background. Now, when you use this, there is a slit, but I don't think I laid any of these so that it would have been easier, like across the slit. No, I didn't think of that. Sometimes I do. Oh, I see a couple I didn't pop out. Can you guys see them? So watch. They'll stick to my finger. Oh, and now they're not, because I said that. There they are. But they're going to want to, oh, see, everything I'm saying to you is like a lie today. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, there it is. So, so now I can get all of this pulled off. And again, stick this down, start at the top. I tried starting at the bottom on one, thinking I would, you know, didn't matter. It does. It does matter. You just have a little bit more control because you've got a smaller amount here at the top. So you've got a little more control in the beginning, which will help you, especially with this one, because see, it's got a lot of these just single lines, and you want the lines to be on the tree, green or whatever background you're using and not floating out, because it would look weird, right? If it stuck out like that, that would just like not look right. So just take your time. And I forgot I was going to do this. So before you get this piece stuck, which I don't think it is yet, I'm going to lift that up a little bit. I'm going to take my pecan pie again, and I'm going to fill in just this little base so that it is tree trunky. And it's barely noticeable, but I know it's there. So it makes me happy to do that. So again, flip it over. I don't think I did that with this one. All right, so now I have my trees, I have my background, I have my star, and I have my card base. So I am going to start. Now when I get these trees on, I'm not done. I'm just letting you know. And I know I'm slightly off camera sometimes, but I think I want to stay up close with this card. I will back up again when I show you all the cards and stuff, so it makes some sense. So now I'm going to put this on here. Doesn't matter which way. I chose to use the darker on the bottom because I think it has a slight green hue, very slight. But I mean, you could literally take a blending brush with some green and make it look like the snow has just barely started to fall there, right? I'm not doing that. So I'm going to start with this little tree, and I'm going to adhere the back. Sometimes I put on too much, and sometimes I don't put on enough. You guys like that? Yeah. Squeeze. There we go. And that went too far out. There. So I'm going to put him or her right about there. And I will tell you that I played with this placement. So what I did was, I know this one's going to come in the front, and I'm going to want him right there. And then I'm going to want the sentiment. And the sentiment is going to go on dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on, so that I know where things go, right? You kind of want to know what you're doing. So, there. Stop. Like I said, take your pig tool. It's right here. It's right there. It's right next to me. So I'm going to set this up here, and I want to have a little bit of blue on the edges. So that's pretty straight. So now I'm going to set that there just so that I know where it's going to go, basically, before I put down my pretty gold tree. And I want it in the back too, but a little bit lower than the other one. Oops. So there we go. So we've got those. Put that away. And now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of my tree, my big tree. I'm going to put something skinny. I'm going to take just a snip of a piece and put it on here. There. This time I'll use my Take Your Pick tool to pick it all off. So much easier. Why I don't just go to that. Did I get that one? Yep. Okay. So that is going to go right there, kind of between the trees. And then I'm going to put a star on this one. So I'm going to use a mini a mini Stampin' Dimensional. And you just, sometimes you got to watch what you're doing to get your dimensionals on, right? I'm not done. I know you guys are thinking, oh, that's really cute, right? Nobody's commenting though. Hello. I know it's a holiday weekend and you're with your friends. So you can't gasp out loud. All right, so here's the card, and you can stop here if you want to. I don't. So I am going to take my enamel effects. These are, I'm going to use the pearlized ones for the white and red, and then I'm going to use gold. I think that's what I did. Kind of. I think I might have used silver, but we're going to fake it. All right, so now, remember me telling you guys when you play with these, kind of have some kind of a scrap handy. So I just did these on Tuesday, remember? So you want to make sure that you're getting the look that you want. So you want to play with it for a minute and you don't get an air bubble. So I'm going to go in here, and this is holly berries. It's holly leaves. So I'm going to make some holly berries on this green one. Are they perfect? No. Why? Because it's me. And you know, I feel like perfection is overrated. I'm going to put a few on some of these little dots here. Now there is a holly berry sticking back here, and I don't really have to put it there, but I'm going to just put one. So there's some consistency with those. Now, this is why this one is for, because you're going to have to set these aside for these little dots and things to dry. They're not going to just, you can't touch them. You have to let them go. Put one there. And then 3 over here. Okay, so see how cute? Oh, I think I'll put one. Did I put one up there? I did. I'm going to put one up here. Just because. Just to keep the color flowing up. So that's really cute. I also, and I didn't bring anything here. I usually have a paper towel, and I just wipe the tip off before I put them away. So that was the red, and then I'm going to do white, well, clear actually, on the snow one. Test it again. And I'm going to tell you, my white almost seems like, it's not really white. It's pearlized. Well, it says white, but it's almost like a clearish white. So I'm going to just put some pearls. You don't want a big, like, teepee hat, because it'll dry like a teepee hat, and then it'll look really stupid. So I'm getting a teepee there, and it's bugging the heck out of me. Let me see if I can do it again. Give it a little tiny, I think, there we go. That's better. So I'm going to put one here. This one can be bigger, because it's a bigger one. This one gets a really big one. That'll look like a pearl. And then if you want to, you can add just some little dots of snow around your tree. And they can be a variety of sizes, of course. Now you see, I'm right-handed, so you notice I started with the tree on the left. That was so that I wasn't reaching over stuff I've already touched. Why does that look weird? There, that's better. So just a few. That's kind of got a little pointy hat on. But there, that'll help. Okay. So there's that tree. And then, of course, gold on my gold tree. I don't think I used gold on my other tree. I think I used silver. I think I did. So I am going to use silver again because it was a little more contrasty. What is going on? I think, oh, I see. I was trying to put my Stampin' Dimensional on the tree and the card, so it wanted to lift up. All right, again, check what you're doing. And just now add some little ornament bulbs wherever you want them. And this is what I like about these enamel effects. I mean, I could sit and I could do a tree just with the tree base, you know, cut out, and I could put all kinds of different colored ornaments on it, right? You can get nuts. And so there, now I have a fancier card for my family. My like my children, your parents, your in-laws, that kind of thing. So that's a little bit fancier for you. A little bit of a step up. I'm hoping you guys like it. So give me some likes or some hearts. So let me show you now all three. I want to be careful not to mess this one up. So this one is for, this is for friends. Simple card that you have to make a ton of, okay? And then this is for family, as in, you know, cousins. If you have a lot of kids, maybe your kids, I don't know. And then this one for your folks, parents, children, that kind of thing. So this is my version of 3F. I don't know if anybody else has ever had a version. I don't know. I think I made it up, but I couldn't swear to it. So again, I'm Carrie Beglow, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills. You can shop on my website, Stampin' Up! Website, memoryinkers.com, my email address, memoryinkers@gmail.com, and my hostess code, N as in Nancy, 4, X as in X-ray, R as in Robert, N as in Nancy, N as in Nancy, P as in Paul, Z as in Zoo. All right, you guys, I will be posting off and on, and I should be still live on Tuesday afternoon. And we'll see. I'm going to try to get a video taped for Saturday just in case. I think I'll be okay. I mean, it's an outpatient surgery, so I should be fine. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this. Have a blessed and wonderful day, everybody. Bye.